Hello, what's going on, YouTube fam? This is your boy J Money here, bringing you guys an unexpected video that another video was supposed to be uploaded today, but this is actually pretty important. And it's not a something that really needs to be addressed or answered like right now, but it is something that we really need to talk about and bring to light and all that stuff. And I really want players' opinions on this because I'm very passionate on this particular topic. You know, as we know, the OCG list did just drop recently, so you know, there's a lot of cards on there that, you know, you just kind of scratch your head and you're just like, what? Why? But, you know, so that brings a very interesting question, and I'm going to pull up a lot of Simo's clips, you know, just little tidbits of some things he said, because again, I've said this for the past like months. I've said this for the past year actually.
And they're already preemptively hitting ABC. Now, this is just going to be my own opinion. I don't like this route. I would rather these cards stay unlimited and let people experiment with the format and figure out like what's good or what's broken. And then like on the next ban list, like then let's correct those changes. Or if it's so bad, which I don't think it would be that bad, let's go ahead and just have like one of those adjusted lists or emergency ban lists, whatever you want to call them, to kind of fix things up a bit, right? Because it's Master Rule 5, it's the April 2020 ban list. People want to experiment with different decks. People want to play older decks that they haven't had the chance to really play at full power in some time. And you're going to hear me echo this multiple times throughout multiple cards in this video, but ABC, this was a deck that so many people were looking forward to playing, at least by the OCG standards. Who knows, the TCG might still out to be a 3. And you're immediately not just hitting Buster at 1, but you're also putting Union Hanger to 1 as well. And I just feel like that kind of kills a lot of the excitement. Like, I don't think necessarily that full power ABC would be broken. Look at the power level of some of the decks that we have right now. Do you really think it would be that just oppressive to have ABC at full power? Maybe I'm wrong, but I'd rather us experiment with that and find out and correct it. I don't think it's oppressive enough to the point that it's like completely degenerate like we've had some other formats, but let's have fun with it first, and then if it's a problem, fix it later on. I think that would have been the correct way to go about this.
But, you know, the whole topic being, should preemptive hits be a thing? Should preemptive hits exist? Now, a lot of you probably would think yes, but, you know, it depends on if this isn't on your mind or not, but it's something that Simo had said that even I had forgot about. I forgot having adjusted lists were a thing, you know? And, you know, this brings up a very good point. You know, just even said, I'd rather just have an adjusted list if things are truly a problem than preemptively hit things, you know, that may not even be a problem in the first place, just purely off speculation with no real results backing it. You know, that's my thing. I've said that time and time again. I feel like with this next ban list, come Master Rule 5, it's probably going to be one of the most important ban lists. And so to just avoid any just senseless collateral damage, I feel like the smartest thing Konami can do is wait for a few events to take place first. Let something form, let something develop first before we just start firing off at absolutely everything that has a good effect and everything. That saves a lot of cards. Again, that just makes it to, that saves a lot of cards, you know, from being on the list that shouldn't otherwise be there. You know, the reason for this is because events tell a lot of things. You know, you don't just need one event because, you know, again, the Apex Avion Infinite negate combo is so gassed up and so hyped right now that a lot of players are not thinking clearly, and it's not really all that strong. It is, in a vacuum on paper, it is incredible, but I truly believe, you know, come to Overload, the first event, yes, it will show up, but the second event and the third event, it's going to fall by the wayside for very obvious reasons. You know, it's the same thing with the whole Rongo Turbo. You know, after the ban list, you know, Rongo Turbo showed up, and then It barely saw anything on the second event, but then after that, it fell off the face of the earth. Because why? Because we players are smart enough to figure things out. We're smart enough to adapt, and just seemed like a problem at first, and then we really look at it, dissect it after an event. We have countermeasures for it, and it's not a problem anymore. Again, the Apex Avion combo is a prime example. I really hope Konami doesn't listen to players that say, "Oh, ban Avion, ban Thunderbird," hit like Zephyros the Elite, just hit anything involving this combo. I'm like, bro, this combo is not that good. It's so vulnerable to so many things. And I'm not even talking about before you even get there. I'm talking about even when the board is assembled. Yeah, it's so easy to break. It's so easy to neutralize that combo. And, if you guys are really confused on this, let's get this video up to, I don't know, like 25 likes, and I'll go ahead and basically give you very realistic examples as to why the Apex Avion combo is not that great. But anyway, let's go ahead and just start showing off some clips from Simo. Again, shout out to him. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already.
Junk Speeder. So again, this is kind of going to go back to my ABC theory. Junk Speeder is one of these cards that people were like, oh my god, Master Rule 5, we get to play Junk Speeder and summon out all these cards to do these crazy synchro plays. And now it's at 1. Now the thing is, I feel like Junk Speeder is like a one and done type of card, because when you do like a full Junk Speeder combo, you're probably going to exhaust all your resources and build this incredible board. But I feel like these types of boards are so susceptible to so many different forms of disruption, like Nibiru and hand traps and all these different things, that I don't think these are going to be that oppressive. And again, let people have fun with it and see if it's something that is an issue first, then address it later. Don't dictate what people are going to do right now. For Librarian, this is kind of like in the same route as like Junk Speeder. Just basically, they don't want to just have synchros be overly powerful, but again, I would rather see that happen first than, than us just like make assumptions on what's going to happen. But they're kind of just being cautious here, so I guess it is what it is. Scorpio is one of those weird cards because it's like it can enable some pretty crazy plays, and with Master Rule 5 now, it gets a lot better because the ceiling goes up a lot more. But again, it is pretty much vulnerable to every single form of disruption in the game, so I'm not sure if it necessarily had to be limited. It is what it is. Totally awesome. Again, this is in line with ABC Dragon Buster. Paleozoic was just brimming with potential in Master Rule 5, but now you just have a single toad. Like, that's so lame. Like, let people do double toad. Like, let's see what happens. You're still playing Paleo. You still have to deal with Lightning Storm. Like, you already have enough to deal with.
Alright, guys. So, you even heard it from him. I'd rather see, let's see if it becomes a problem first before you just hit it. I've always said that there's no point in hitting cards off of speculation and with no results from premier events backing this hit. This is what happens when Konami listens to the player base as well. On certain things. Again, just like, I feel like when it comes to ban lists, don't listen to the player base regarding anything that happens prior to a release. Like, we're talking about the Apex Avion combo before we even have these cards, before we even have Union Carrier and stuff like that. So everything is just up in the air. Everything is just speculation. Let some events go down first. Let some events conclude. Let's break down the top cuts on the first 3 events. And now at this point, let's take a look. Let's take a look to see what happened at the start, and let's see the trends that's happening afterwards, and then we can dissect. Okay, now what's really a problem, and was just pure hype, being again Apex Avion combo. Again, that is so gassed up, so hyped, and stuff like that. Just when you preemptively hit things off of speculation, you get things like Wind Up Magician and Wind Up Carriers and Mighty being limited for no reason. Like, I know this is for no reason because, again, I'm a Wind Up player. Trying to follow the OC, I know Wind Ups have done nothing, absolutely nothing, the past I don't know how long. And it's not, and even if this is for, Master Rule 5, etc., that's really not, that's a poor excuse. It's not even that good of a reason because, again, I am a wind-up player. Wind-ups actually got better in Master Rule 4 because you don't have to worry about matching levels. You only played like a couple of XCs. Links were better for windups than XCs were. You know, having an extra deck mechanic that doesn't need to worry about levels is the best thing that happened to windups. So, again, as a windup player, those two hits just, I don't get it, you know? Just, Master Rule 4 was better for windups than Master Rule 3 was. But, you know, that's the main issue I got going on here. See, Master Rule 5, this is why I was not excited for Master Rule 5. Everybody was so stoked months ago when they heard about Master Rule 5. And then when like the first 30 minutes of me thinking about it, my first thought was like, oh no, the ban list. The ban list, the ban list, the ban list, the ban list. What is going to get hit? I feel like just everything's going to get hit. If they release this ban list too soon before we get any kind of premier events in, it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to do a lot of damage just to a lot of different decks. And a lot of that damage is probably going to be even unwarranted damage for no reason because, oh, speculation. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. Oh, jump speeder synchro decks are going to be just all over the place, even though if that gets met with like a single hand trap, you probably lose. You know, never mind that a junk speeder deck can't even go second. So, just, preemptive hits, man. I'm not a fan. You know, this is, you know, because of things like that, you know, going off pure speculation, you get cards like Brilliant Fusion banned, which saw absolutely no place since it got limited. Banning that card, all because of what? Cross Sheep's release? Even if this were the case, Brilliant Fusion is not consistent because it is tied to a normal summon. It is tied to Preemptive Scorpio, so it is incredibly vulnerable. If Scorpio gets met with any hand trap, that whole combo is gone. Even something like a Ghost Ogre, which doesn't even negate the effect, the combo is done. Like, you can't do it. You know what I mean? It's too vulnerable. The player base has shown and proven that it is not worth running the risk of, you know, searching Brilliant Fusion via a normal summon, you know, and this is especially true if you could manage to go second. With Scorpio in hand, it's not worth it, you know. So it's just, I hate preemptive hits. Again, just ultimate point I'm trying to drive home, preemptive hits should not be a thing. Let things play out. Let something form, let something develop first. Let's see if it's a problem first before you hit it. And if it is a problem, you know, correct it and adjust it on the next ban list. It's not going to be the end of the world if that were to be the case. And if it's like truly just tier 0, just unbeatable best deck right here, have an adjusted list, have an emergency ban list. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, again, I'd rather have an adjusted list for something that's just unexpected and that's just like actually a problem out of left field. Or if it was, you know, predicted to be more resilient than we thought it was, you know, and it was just that stupid, that powerful. Yes, I'd rather have an adjusted list than to preemptively hit something that may not even be a problem at all, that may not even see play at all. Again, I feel like even if they did not ban Brilliant Fusion with Cross Sheep's release, I felt like it would have saw fringe play, maybe, you know, and that's only for decks like Plants. You know, Plants were like the only deck that were actually even using Preemptive Scorpio because they're plant monsters. And just, I hope I'm making sense here, guys. I'm going to stop it right here before I go on a tangent. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Do you really think preemptive hits should be allowed, or do you think, you know, that, you know, waiting for results from premier events is the right choice? I think premier events is the right choice. Because I don't underestimate our player base. I believe that our player base is smart enough to adapt and figure things out, you know, for themselves. That doesn't really warrant too much intervention from above, being Konami. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is J Money, and I am signing out.